In the vast savannas of Africa, where the golden grasses stretch endlessly beneath the burning sun, the animals of the wild roamed free. Among them was the leopard, once a sleek and golden creature, whose smooth coat shone like the sun and whose beauty matched the open plains he called home. But the leopard was not always the majestic, spotted predator we know today. This is the story of how the leopard got his spots, a tale of cunning, transformation, and survival in the heart of the African wilderness. Long ago, when the world was still young, the leopard lived in the open savanna. His coat was a pure golden color, shining brightly in the sunlight. He was fast, strong, and proud of his unmatched beauty. However, the leopard had a problem. His golden coat made him too easy to spot. His prey, the antelope, zebra, and other animals of the plains, could see him coming from far away, giving them plenty of time to escape. The leopard would stalk quietly through the grasses, but no matter how carefully he moved, the animals would spot him and run before he could get close. As the days went on, the leopard grew frustrated. His pride in his beautiful coat began to fade as his hunger increased. "I am the finest creature in the savannah," the leopard growled to himself. "But what good is my beauty if I cannot catch my prey?" The leopard knew that something had to change. If he didn't find a way to blend into his surroundings, he would never survive in the wild. One day, as the leopard lay resting beneath a shady tree, a wise old baboon came to drink from a nearby waterhole. The baboon, with his clever eyes and knowing smile, had lived in the savannah for many years and had seen much of the world's changes. The leopard, in his frustration, approached the baboon. "Baboon," the leopard said, "you have lived in the savannah longer than any other. Tell me, how can I catch my prey? No matter how fast or silent I am, they always see me and escape." The baboon, scratching his chin thoughtfully, looked at the leopard's shiny golden coat. "Your problem is plain to see," the baboon replied. "Your coat is too bright, too smooth. The animals can see you coming from a great distance. You stand out against the golden grasses of the plains." The leopard frowned. He had always been proud of his smooth golden fur. "But what can I do?" he asked. "I was born this way." The baboon smiled, his eyes twinkling. "You must change, leopard. To survive in this world, you must adapt. Go to the wise one, the goddess of the forest, who lives deep in the jungle. She has the power to transform you and give you what you need." The leopard, desperate for a solution, thanked the baboon and set off at once for the dense jungle where the wise one lived. The journey to the jungle was long and difficult. The leopard, who was used to the open plains, found himself lost in the thick trees and vines of the forest. The air was heavy with moisture, and strange sounds echoed through the canopy above. But the leopard pressed on, determined to find the wise one and gain the power to change. After several days of wandering, the leopard finally found a clearing where the wise one, an ancient goddess with the form of an old woman and the wisdom of the ages, sat by a small fire. She knew immediately why the leopard had come. "Leopard," she said in a soft but commanding voice, "I know of your struggle. You wish to blend in, to become part of the savannah so that your prey cannot see you coming." The leopard nodded, his eyes filled with hope. "Yes, wise one. Can you help me? Can you change me so I can catch my prey?" The wise one smiled gently. "To survive in the wild, you must not only be strong, but clever. I can give you the power to blend into the world around you. But remember this, With every gift comes a cost. The leopard, too hungry and desperate to consider the price, eagerly agreed. "I accept," he said. "Give me what I need, and I will do whatever you ask." The wise one stood and reached into the fire, putting out a handful of dark ash. She approached the leopard and began to paint a smooth golden coat with her fingers, dotting him with black spots of ash. The leopard, watching as the spots appeared on his fur, felt a strange power growing inside him. "These spots," the wise one said as she walked, "will help you to blend into the shadows, the trees, and the dappled light of the savannah. Your prey will no longer see you as easily, and you become one with the land." When she had finished, the leopard's coat was no longer pure gold. It was covered in spots, dark, irregular shapes that broke up his once smooth appearance. The leopard looked at himself in the reflection of a nearby pool and marveled at the change. "Thank you, wise one," he said, his voice filled with gratitude. But the wise one's face grew serious. "Remember, leopard," she warned, "you have been given these gifts, but now you must live with both light and shadow. You are no longer just golden, but a creature of both the day and the night. Your beauty remains, but it has been tempered by darkness." The leopard, filled with new confidence, returned to the savannah. As he moved through the tall grasses, he noticed something different. He no longer stood out. His spotted coat blended with the patterns of light and shadow cast by the sun and the wind. His prey no longer spotted him from afar. Instead, they grazed peacefully, unaware of his presence until it was too late. The leopard's hunt became swift and successful. He could now stalk his prey with ease, his new spots allowing him to disappear into the landscape. The other animals began to whisper about the leopard's transformation, marveling at how he had changed so completely. But the leopard, though now a master of stealth, never forgot the wise one's warning. His beauty had been altered, and with it came a deeper understanding of the balance between light and dark. He had gained the power he sought, but he had also learned that survival in the wild required more than just speed and strength. It required humility and respect for the forces that shape the world. And so, the leopard became the spotted hunter we know today. His coat, a mix of golden light and dark shadow, he roams the savannah with grace and power, feared and respected by all the animals of the wild. The story of how the leopard got his spots is passed down from generation to generation, reminding all who hear it that in life we must learn to adapt and embrace both our strengths and our weaknesses, just as the leopard had to change to survive. We too must learn to find balance in a world that is constantly shifting between light and darkness. And so, the leopard continues to hunt in the dappled shadows of the savannah. His spotted coat, a symbol of his cunning, his resilience, and the wisdom he gained on his journey.